All right, you guys just finished watching our round one video of the Ribbit Rulers tournament, where Dimitri here is kicking ass and taking names. We just finished.
What's up, guys?
We just finished fighting Yomero, so now we got to replay here against Carpath.
Yeah, so Karpath, another teammate, I knew he was on KFC going into it, and I thought that KFC was going to be a really easy matchup. I hadn't played it at all. I've only had about 10 real matches with this deck, maybe 20. The rest have been like 500 solo hands,
Yep,
practicing it.
solitaire. That's right.
Yeah, because I don't want to subject people to the 10-minute wait of each of
Right.
my turns. Um, so going in, I figured it would be easy, but he does have a really fast clock sometimes, which is scary because all of his monsters are massive. And you can't tell how fast it is because he like holds the gear towns in hand and
Right.
stuff. So it's hard to tell. He also has a couple scary back row like Solemn, which he did draw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like most of his other cards don't really do that much. Most of his other back row is things like Call of the Haunted or Wing Blast, which I don't really care about. Wing Blast holds me back like a turn, but that's not too bad usually.
So do you just go for it here, or are you just making a?
Uh, yeah, so I go for Duplock here, I believe.
Okay.
Because I have the salvage in hand, it means I can get back Substitute whenever I want to go off.
Right.
Duplock is very hard for KFC to out. It's one of the big advantages. And so I can just sit on Duplock as long as I want with um salvage heavy in hand and know that like as soon as I get poison draw, I win the game. Or
So you
not poison draw, Fishborg or level leader, I win the game.
so you don't have Treeborn.
No, no Treeborn at all in the main deck.
Awesome.
Um, I could see putting one Treeborn in the main. I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. Uh, because the incremental advantage you get is like each card you draw after you've thinned your deck is a +2.
Mm-hmm.
And the play where you like normal swap, send Treeborn, bounce back to hand, summon sub next turn, you really don't need that because you have like heritage combos to get an extra one, or you're fine discarding a water for swap to get the extra monster on board. Or
Right.
you'll
So
have
it's
Fishborg and Grave.
so
Yeah,
once you get going, you're going. You're not really worried about the incremental little bits here and
right,
there. Okay.
right.
So that's pretty nice. You had the heavy, and it's pretty annoying that his is solemn.
Yeah. The other thing I realized once he summoned Titanial is Titanial stops all of my draw loops.
Yeah.
I cannot Rio bounce under Titanial.
Right.
So I would need to have a lot of advantage accrued before I could start doing that, or I would
Mm-hmm.
need to out the Titanial first.
No, that's an excellent
Yeah.
point.
So I'm sort of committed that this will end up being a slow game.
Yeah.
He trades the Titanial for the Unifrog, which I
Amazing.
think is good for me unless he has Call of the Haunted in the back row, which I'm thinking
which
he might.
which he has. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
because that just means he can make another one. And I think if you didn't have Call of the Haunted in the back row, you'd prefer to just get Unifrog poked, to be honest.
I love this YOLO Exodius attack.
Yeah, so the Exodius attack was something I learned from you, for
Yeah.
sure. I never realized it was like so powerful until then. But now it's like, okay, if I'm taking 3 or 4 turns to get combo, Exodius is one combo piece each turn I wait.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do something.
Sit under dupe block and slowly get there with infinite foolishes.
Yeah. Uh,
Wow.
I do end up going for it here because I did have everything there. Um, but yeah, see, like it literally just delayed me a turn is all
Right.
it did.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. It is very good. Yeah. You still have gas. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Wow. So many responses. Wow.
Yeah, so he torrentials and my dupes miss timing, which is unfortunate, but
Mm-hmm.
torrential's one of those back row that this deck really just has to accept will happen to it sometimes. Um, we're still in a pretty decent position, I think, from this.
Yeah. As long as this other back row isn't too scary.
Yeah. So I don't believe I was able to go. Yeah, I went for lethal
Hmm.
here thinking he probably had Call of the Haunted, because if he didn't, it was game. Um, and it was either,
Oh,
yeah, it was basically Call of the Haunted or bust there, I felt
right.
like.
Yeah, you're going for it, but also we got a neat little value with the swap frog not dying because of substitute. Love to see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's something that Brownhoff always remembers against me, and I
Hmm.
always forget.
Well, you did good
But I
there.
was so proud to have remembered it here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that black rose. Okay, this isn't looking too good.
I think that's actually fine because every card left, like I have none of my frogs left in deck, so
Hmm.
everything left is
There's
basically
only
gas.
gas.
So I
Yeah.
was completely fine with it. Like I'm down 3 cards, but I feel like I'm up because he has no back row and all of my cards win the game.
Yeah,
Whereas
summoning a
his
swap.
do like, yeah, not enough damage. So he goes for 5k damage here, but this is 2 turn clock, and
Hmm.
I just need one of many cards off the top that get my combo going. I don't find it. So I end up just
Oh,
chilling, and he wins. He has the courage to pop it. I figured I would be able to survive a turn there, and then probably die after that. But
so here you keep full combo because going first.
uh, so here because I have heavy storm, I'm like, okay, I can just wait.
Hmm.
And I didn't really have full combo, but this set it up because I didn't have anything to discard with swap or any way to resummon it.
Right. Oh man, that's really great. So the one turn setup was perfect because you have the symbols now.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and so because he doesn't have any back row uh, left after heavy, yeah, this
That's
is just game here
that's the big thing we were
basically.
talking about. How symbol is like another extender, like Exodius and Pot of Avarice always were, but it also can be
Yeah,
like a combo starter here. That's what makes it so crazy.
yeah.
And Snack was saying
People
just
were
the other
talking.
day that like power tool searching for it just feels like a modern deck.
Yes, people were talking on stream about how opening 1 for 1 is so broken. I think opening symbols is almost better.
Yeah, almost.
Um,
Speaking of
I
opening broken.
definitely. Okay, speaking of opening broken, this hand is literally the god hand.
Yeah.
When going first, like I wouldn't have to think, and the game would already be won with that hand.
Right.
It was just so broken. He dust shoots, which turns off like my ability to combo,
Hmm.
but it's still like, yeah, there's play in it
Yeah, I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah, you have man, salvos and symbols together so good
Yes.
because you just aggressively dump substodes in your
Yeah,
deck.
so I went for the upstart there first because if I saw Swap Frog, Fishborg, or Substitoad, it would change the line I would take.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, and so I can just symbols out, get that. And this is just going for a little value when you get the level leader there. Soft Loop Block is completely fine against this deck. I guess they do
Agreed.
have Grand Wall as an out, but
But
that's
still.
one card in their deck. Yeah, so here I go for
Huh.
Cataster because I need an out to the Titanial before I can combo off.
Right.
I figure we're just gonna slow play this shit. Um, he mind crushes
Level.
level leader, which I find very funny because it doesn't matter where level leader is.
Right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
but he does get hand knowledge out of it.
Hmm.
Exodius was an insane draw there.
Yeah. I can't believe how many substitutes you've touched this game. This is crazy.
Yeah, this game always, this deck always feels like it has access to Substitoad because
Yeah. This
3
attack.
salvage, 3 heritage. Um, you've got multiple ways to foolish it into the graveyard
Uh-huh.
before getting it back. You've got so much draw power.
So he had a crow, and you got to attack with Exodius to get your Fishborg.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so funny.
So I can do stuff main phase too because of that. This is the problem with Crow is there's
Oh.
too many Crow targets.
Wow. I
Oh yeah.
like.
So I had to Exodius back my level
Dang.
leader,
Right.
which meant that I would need another Exodius attack to get to
Hmm.
combo again. And because I had another Substitoad in hand, I could wait another turn.
Right.
But I was debating between going like full Duplock or this half Duplock with Exodius. And I was thinking about it, and I don't see a way that he outs the Exodius here and denies me another attack in. So
you get a second foolish.
Yeah.
That is bonkers. Wow.
And so here I'm just assuming back row is nothing, playing like it's not real.
It's just a call, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we go for Stardust here, just as another way that he can't break the Duplock. I did not have full combo there, I believe, because I didn't have Heritage. And I think I have a Heritage Engrave, which means I can't go Power Tool.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this board seems pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, at this point, I realized, I think I know he has a Crow in hand. He has Ancient Fairy in defense. I have 2 Fishborg left, and I think those and this Torrential are my only outs in deck to this Ancient Fairy in defense. So if he outs one... Yeah, so basically there's one Fishborg Engrave that he'll out with the Crow. So I have 2 cards that can out this, the Torrential in hand and 1 Fishborg in deck. So I'm like, oh shit, I have to like really think about how I'm going to win this one.
Well, you just got to put back a Death Frog, so... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I need the Fishborg to be able to combo with it.
Right. Yeah, there's that.
Yep. He makes the right play and does that. I just went for, little advantage play, make the Duplock stronger. Okay, here I am attacking into every monster because I want to thin his deck, because I think deck out at this point is a real possible win condition.
Goodness. That's funny.
Yeah, I have ways to shuffle back still.
Yeah. I'd be jonesing for a flip-flop frog right now, man. Holy
cow. Yeah, that is an option. I just think that, I win the long game anyway. Like, almost always.
You definitely get out of it. Let's see what we got.
Well, it's very funny how I get out of it.
Bro.
Yeah, so he goes for this play. I didn't realize he couldn't pop his own thing under my Stardust. I wasn't thinking about the fact that Ancient Fairy couldn't activate. But that was a very interesting situation. So now that he has all of this stuff on the board, I set the Torrential. I could have set it earlier, but I decided to wait. All that I cited in here was, I think, BrainCon, Torrential, double Mobius. Just as Mobius outs Garden really well, because it's Chainlink 1 Garden, Chainlink 2 Mobius, unlike other Monarchs. So I wanted that out so I could combo better. And the Torrential works better than Mirror Force as a sweeper against KFC because of the good Geometron. So that's why I brought those in.
Right. And here it's going to out Ancient Fairy Dragon somehow.
Yeah, so he just goes all in.
Amazing.
Yeah, and he just admits defeat from that. Because I'm up 7 cards to 1, right? And I have pretty much the entire world at that point.
Wow.
So he could have played on, but I'm pretty sure it was wrapped up.
Man, that was an excellent match.
Yeah, these sweepers in the sideboard are so helpful because people see basically your entire deck game 1, and so they know you don't have them.
Right, and then they start playing super hyper aggressive.
Yeah, and they need to, because if they don't put a fast clock on you, you win.
Okay, cool. So that was the second match, and we are still in winner's bracket. So I'll check you guys on the next one.
Yep.